Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy. Today we're going to be doing Dead by Daylight Survivor offerings. First up, we got the Azeroth's Key. This one takes you to the Autohaven Wreckers. I'm going to give it A for Autohaven Wreckers. There's some other map offerings that are bad, right? So this one's good by comparison. Next up, we got the Lucky Statue. This one moderately increases the luck of all survivors. Alright, and because it's all survivors, I'm gonna give it B tier, right? I mean, luck sucks, right? Who uses luck? But it gives it to everybody, so that's mad props, right? Next up, we got the lucky pouch. No, this is the sealed envelope. This one's the green tier one that gives you 25% to all categories for everybody, and because it's for everybody, I'm gonna put it S for everybody. All right, because I think at least you're helping the team, right? Next up, we got the salt pouch. This one also affects everybody, but not as much as the statue, so I'm going to have to give it C tier. Next up is a map offering for Mother's Dwelling. Mother's Dwelling is an okay map, but honestly, I hate it, so it's going in C tier. Sorry. Next up, we got the Murky Reagent. Greatly thickens the mist for, everybody, because, I'm going to have to give this B tier. I do like the thick mist, it's pretty nice. Next up is another salt pouch. This one's personal, though. Because it's personal, gonna have to give it D tier. I mean, who are you using it for, right? Right? The Crisp Leaf Amaranth, I'm gonna have to. It's a sachet, so it only gives 50% to the survival category. Gonna have to go A tier for that one. You know, it's got its charm. Next up is the family photo. Takes you to Mount Ormond. Mount Ormond's actually a survivor-sided map, so I'm going to have to go S tier on that one. It's very hard to find scratch marks on that map. Next up is the Fragrant Sweet William. Now the Sweet William, this one's 75% to boldness. So, this one, going to have to give it D tier. Honestly, who even cares about it, right? It's just a useless offering, all in all. Next up is the Noose that takes you to Dead Dog Saloon. Dead Dog Saloon is an okay map. I think most people have gotten used to it. It's really good for, killers who, aren't out in the open, So I'm going to have to give it B tier. It's not all that great, but it's not as bad as some other offerings. Next up, we got a reagent that lessens the mist. This one's C tier. I think stealth is a very important aspect of the game, and you just can't abandon it like that. Next up, we got the Fragrant Bog Laurel. This one's 100% in objectives. I'm gonna have to give it A tier. It's an okay offering, right? It's solid. I'd take it in a match, but there are still better offerings, right? Next up is the Sweet William Fragrant. It's 100% to boldness. This one's okay. Gonna have to give it B tier. I'd still take the Bog Laurel over that, but it's still a solid offering, right? Next up is the Bog Laurel Fragrant. This one's 75% to objective. Gonna have to give this one C tier. It's not all that great, right? I mean, this Bog Laurel's literally better, so Next up, we got the Fragrant. Oh no, yeah, the Fragrant Crisp Leaf. The Crisp Leaf Fragrant it's okay. Gonna have to give it F tier though. I don't like it all that much. The Crisp Leaf. It only gives survival points, right? In fact, I'm gonna knock down the sachet to B tier as well, right? Like, let's be honest, you're not getting many survival points in a game, right? If you escape, you get 5,000 or more. If you don't, you get maybe 1,000 or less, right? It's useless. Next up, we got Old Grandma's Cookbook. This one takes you to the swamp. The swamp is supposedly survivor-sided. I don't buy into that lie. C tier. Next up, we got the Hawkins ID card. This one sends you to the Hawkins Laboratory. Now, this one's the Stranger Things map, right? So I'm gonna have to give it B tier, so I don't upset people. But it's still a terrible map, right? Next up, another reagent. I think this one is the Thicken the Mist, right? This one's only less. This is slightly. Still gonna have to give it C tier though. And while we're at it, let's get the Lessen the Mist out of the way. That's D tier. It's not all that great, right? Who really wants that? Next up, we got the Locket. This one takes you to Coldwind Farm. Coldwind Farm's a pretty nice map for some people, and then for other killers like Billy, it's a nightmare. Gonna have to give it A, because Coldwind is a tried and tested favorite. I think it's a pretty good map. Next up, we got the Offering. I'm pretty sure this one's personal, so I'm gonna have to put it in D tier. If it's not personal and I'm wrong, it'd be C tier. But for now, it's D tier. Sorry. Next up, we got the Fragrant Primrose Altruism. So I'm okay with somebody having this on my team. B tier. It's pretty good. Next up is the Menora's Flask. This is a luck offering. It's purple tier, so it's better than the statue, right? But it's still not A tier, right? Who cares about luck, right? I think that I've said that before. Nobody really cares. Next up, we got the Sweet Primrose Sachet. Now this one's pretty good. Gonna have to give it A tier. No. We'll do S tier because it's just that's how it is, right? Next up, we got Gideon Meat Plant. Actually, gonna have to make a new thing for this. Yeah, this one. Yeah, it belongs in a category of its own. All right, if you take this in my game, I'm probably gonna leave the match. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you find this, just throw it away. You don't need it. Next up, we got the Bone. This one takes you to the Macmillan Estate. Macmillan Estate, pretty tried and tested map along with Coldwind, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. Next up, we got Mary's Letter. Mary's Letter takes you to Midwich. Some people hate Midwich. Some people love Midwich. I, for one, have gotten accustomed to it. I know how to loop it now, and it's not all that bad. You can only really play Midwich if you're in a Survivor with Friends lobby, right? Because there's 2 stories, and if you hear the heartbeat, you might panic, but he's actually on the first story while you're on the second, so you're completely safe, right? So it's like Gideon Meat Plant in the sense that it's terrible, but I still like it. It's okay, so I'm gonna have to put it in SS tier. I would put it higher, but I would upset my girlfriend, so I can't. Next up, we got the Petrified Oak. This one increases the distance between hooks on the map. It's pretty nice. I like it. S tier. Makes you maybe wiggle out or go for Sabo plays. Next up, we got the Bog Laurel Sachet. Now this one I don't have to tell you guys is, look, it's SS tier. Okay, it's the highest. If I could put it higher, I would, but that'd take too much reformatting, right? This one is godlike. If you bring this in my game, I will literally worship you. This offering is the best. Next up is the Primrose Sachet. The Sweet Primrose Sachet is a pretty good offering. You could still pick a better one, but I'm gonna have to put it in SS tier just because. Now this is a chalk pouch. Pretty sure this one is not personal, so I would put it in. I'm still putting it in D tier. Let's be honest. Who cares about luck, right? Right? No, we'll put it in C tier just because. Okay. Next up, we got a Crisp Leaf. This one's the fragrant one, 100% to survival. Gonna have to put it in D tier. Not all that great. I wouldn't take it. Next up, we got the coins. This is the Tarnished coin. Creates 1 more chest. That can be good, but it's not. So I'm gonna put it in F tier. I'm gonna put the Lucky coin, the one that gives you 2 chests. That one can go in D tier. I think that's a solid decision. This is a sealed envelope, so it's like this one, but it's personal, so it doesn't share with others. And because of that, I'm gonna put it in F tier. Let's be honest. Don't bring this in my game, okay? So we got the glasses. This one takes you to the not the asylum, but the that thing, the indoor map, Larry's treatment facility. I hated Larry's at first, but then I found that if there was 2 windows next to each other, you just got away for free. So I'm gonna have to put it in. No, it's going in B tier. Going in B tier. Next up is the Bog Laurel Sachet. You guys all know where this one's going. S tier. It's the best offering in the game. Fight me if you think otherwise. This one will. I will worship you if you play this in my game. It's great. I love it. Yeah. This one's the Vigil Shroud. This one makes you start as far away as the killer from possible. That can be good, but you know, you're a pussy if you use it, so F tier. Same thing with the Shroud of Union. All survivors start together. I like this one, but honestly, you don't even need to use it for all survivors to start together because the game is broken. So D tier. Next up, we got Laurie Strode's Key to Real Estate. All right, something like that. This one takes you to the the Friday the 13th. No, the Michael map. The Michael map. I don't remember what it is. Anyways, going in C tier. You know, the fences are nice, but I never get to seem lucky on the fences, and they'd never spawn correctly. Okay, it turns out I was wrong about one of the offerings earlier. This little photo right here, this one sends you to the asylum. It's completely incorrect. It's going in C tier. Now this one sends you to Red Forest. So this one belongs in B tier. My bad about that. Whatever. I'm not gonna refilm it. Good luck. Next up we got the Fragrant Sweet William, I think. Yeah, this is the Sweet William. No, it's not the Fragrant. It's Next up we got the Fragrant Sweet William. This one is, it's okay. Sweet William's boldness points, I'm gonna have to give it A tier. You might be thinking that the Fragrant. Oh my goodness. Fresh. This one's the fresh Sweet William. You might be thinking that the fragrance right there, so I have to put it in C tier, but I'm actually gonna put it in A tier. Even though numbers wise the fragrant is better than the fresh, it doesn't matter to me. I'm putting it in A tier anyway. I can decide what I like. One's the Pied Piper. Takes you to Springwood, that little map at the schoolhouse sometimes. Gonna have to put it in F tier. I don't like that map. It's not too good. But whatever. This one's the White Ward. Protects your items against your offerings and your items against loss upon your death, or stuff like that. Gonna have to put it in SS tier. It's a nice offering. When you use it, you feel really safe. You can use it along with a key for basically guaranteed win or guaranteed keep on, so it's pretty good. Next one is Yamamoka. This one's okay. Yamamoka's alright. Gonna have to put it in A tier because you can really do some nice stealth plays in Yamamoka. Alright, and that's it for my tier list. If any of you disagree with me, write in the comments and I'll promptly ignore you. Thanks for watching.